Welcome back to the Sword of Truth podcast, the chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sword of Truth series with a bright new craft brew on the side. I'm Jade, and I'm here with Nate, and today we're going to float through chapter 18 of Soul of Fire.
I thought that was wonderful, and I hated every second of it, because I know what happens.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Just a little subtle foreshadowing, no big deal.
This fucking chapter is wild.
It gives you the warm fuzzies, doesn't it?
No, but I'll tell you what. Before we get into the details of the chapter, after I read I was telling you this earlier today. This is for all of them. I read the first paragraph and remembered this chapter from my original read through of the series. I remembered this shit.
Yeah, it's a real nice one. It's just, it's not long. It's got that going for it.
No, turns out it really doesn't take that long to scar you at all.
No. So I guess what I will say is you should get your provisions, get your cozy blanket.
A proper drink?
Yeah, a proper drink of whatever you like to drink.
Mm-hmm.
And
party favors.
And settle in for today's episode, because it's going to be a rough one.
Extra cozy socks.
Yeah. And at the end, we'll give you an audio hug, because we're all going to need it.
I think that's what
today.
The beer is for, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Okay, okay. I'll let it cook.
I hadn't gotten that far yet, okay? And that's today's moment of truth. So, just to recap what happened last chapter, Dalton Campbell led us into his chambers, his marriage, and his mind. So, we got to spend a lot of time there with Sir Campbell.
Is he a sir?
I don't fucking know. But he's an important dude, and
he would be a sir, I guess, in the modern day.
He
might be.
He's been working the web, I tell you what.
Royalty adjacent.
Yeah.
Could be.
He's third in line. Like, there's the most important person in this kingdom. It's not a kingdom. In this area, he's the realm.
Country.
Town? Yeah, this
empire.
Land. He's the most important person in the land.
Did you slip realm by me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say realm. That's got like a real loose definition.
Right.
Kinda.
Yeah. And then you have the most important, and then there's the fucking minister, and then you got Dalton. He's third in line. So
okay.
he's got like,
but he's up there.
Yeah, they may not have royalty.
He's a single digit.
Yeah. So he could be called sir.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. This chapter, though, we are not with Dalton.
No.
We are not with Fitch.
Oh.
We are not with the Seeker.
Oh.
We are not with Zed or Anne.
I can't act surprised anymore. I know this.
We're opening up with a new character.
A new person.
Nora.
And
she's just waking up.
That is a pretty name. It also makes me think of, I believe, Mr. Freeze in Batman's wife's name is Nora. It was Nora Freeze.
That's such a boy thing.
What are you talking about? Comics are for everyone.
They are, and I like them, okay? I do appreciate them, but no, my brain did not go to... I don't know where my brain went when I read Nora, but it was definitely not Mr. Freeze's wife.
Oh, well, okay, fine.
I know that now. Like, once you said it, I was like, oh yeah, that's that bitch.
Yeah, I would argue it's not that deep of comic book lore if you're looking into those types of things.
But she's also not like a character that you actually meet or talk to on a regular basis, because she's like frozen.
Yeah, and more importantly, not this character.
Yeah, also that. So this Nora is just waking up. She's laying there with her eyes shut. She expects her husband to smack her ass any moment, because he's always up before her. He's
always up. He's always whistling and happy. And look,
fucking ready to go.
I have to get up early, and I get up and out of the door quickly on the weekdays. On a weekend, it depends on how tired I am. But there is one constant in this fucking house. And that is, if Jade is sleeping, there will be no ass slapping. Now, look, this is not a rule she established with me. This is just something I have learned. You don't wake the Jade. If she's sleeping, let her sleep peacefully.
And listen, I have a note here that it could be nice because, being woken up with maybe not a smack so much as
That's
like a
what
grab.
I'm saying. Smack is too aggressive. Maybe a little gentle rub or like a shake or something like, a little pat, but not.
Get your ass up.
Yeah.
That shit. Yeah. And that's what it could be good. But for me specific, my mornings are not great usually.
Yeah.
So I wake up not having a good time. So that's what that is bred for. Like, it's not because I'm trying to be a nasty person, mean person, but no. I wake up and everything's on fire.
It all hurts.
Everything hurts. So I just need like 10 minutes to shake it all off before you touch me.
Well, I know. And but what I'm saying is we don't know how old or young this person is necessarily. We could guesstimate they have 3 children. But no, I wouldn't wake up whistling or slapping your ass, I don't think. Slapping your ass probably for damn sure. If I did whistle, it would be very quietly and probably away from where you were.
Yeah. And maybe if I've had enough rest and we're going to go do something fun that day and things are going well.
On vacation, it's fair game. But
if we're having a
normal
good day,
Tuesday, no.
Yeah, probably not.
That would happen way earlier than you would be ready to wake up. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. A surprise ass slap at 4:30 in the morning?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can do that once. But she opens her eyes eventually because she doesn't get her ass smacked and he's gone, which makes her immediately nervous. And she doesn't even really know why. She just is immediately ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, it kind of weirds her out. Well, you spend a lot of time next to a person in bed. You become accustomed to their presence. So sometimes when you're waking up from a slumber, you roll over to expect them there. They're not there.
Yeah.
And that's just weird.
And even if it's morning and he's not asleep, you would expect him to he wouldn't leave without saying something to you.
Yeah, well, that's another kind of thing that's happening in the chapter, though. She's not really sure what time of day it is.
Right, she can't get her bearings.
Yeah, she's in that weird in-between where she's talking about the sheets being the perfect amount of plumped up around you, and it's all, so nice.
Yeah. Immediately, she thinks it's early morning, and then she looks over, and her son, Bruce, and Bethany are both up and looking at her. They're not up, but they're staring at her all creepy from the fucking beds.
Is she awake yet?
Yeah.
Is breakfast awake yet?
Yeah. But they wonder what's going on because she's acting kind of fucking weird. And she's like, what? There's a little back and forth between them.
It's that moment when you wake me up from when I've been sleeping and you say that my soul's not in my body. That's what this woman's children are seeing in their mom. And they're like, what? And it's just the vacant, what the fuck is going on face.
I don't know. I don't
and
have
it freaks
answers
them
for you.
out when mom is freaked out. You know what I mean? So they're like, whoa, don't like that. Until the eyes focus, and then it's better.
Well, eventually she does realize that they just went to bed. The coals in the fire have barely burned. Bruce tells her, he's like, Mom, we just went the fuck to bed. Why are you yelling at me for being awake? We just went to sleep.
It's not morning time. You just went out real hard.
Yeah, immediately.
Your body realized that you passed out. So this is you waking up. And now you probably need to get us all back in bed and asleep.
It does seem, though, that this isn't said in the chapter, but she woke up and so did they. It doesn't seem like she did anything loud enough to wake them up.
She didn't wake up and immediately scream?
Right. She woke up and she was looking around and they were looking at her when she looked around. So something disturbed.
Something startled the peace there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she noticed it and they noticed her noticing it.
Right.
But it is still undefined.
Correct. It's assumed Pa just went to the privy because he's gone. So That's probably where he fucking went.
The door probably just closed.
Yeah.
He probably just left, and like
They got
that
like a little
happens
draft.
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The temperature changes. Your she said her pile of blankets is just right. That's a little different, so you wake up. But we just established that it's not morning time.
And she is making, like, she's still, even though they've discussed this, he's probably in the, she's still, like, uneasy, and it's making them fucking worried. Because mom is being weird right now about this.
They can tell she's
Dad
worried
just goes
about
to take
something.
a shit all the time. Why are you being fucking scared about this?
He took a shit last week. He was gone for 2 days. Nobody panicked. Why is this any different? Come on.
She does mention he did just, like, go out right before they went to bed.
Yeah, I know he's not shitting. He just took a shit.
Yeah. And she's like, he didn't say anything about stomach problems, so, but who knows? Maybe something struck in the middle of the night. It happens.
Got something gummy in his tummy wummy. You know, sometimes it happens. What? No judgment.
That
this
might
is
be
a
the
probiotic house.
Wow.
That's the right thing, right?
Yeah. I feel like that might be the best thing to come out of this episode, and we're only like this far into it.
Title. We'll call that title.
Yeah.
Editor title.
Yeah, she can't pinpoint what's wrong, but she can't hide that she's fucking freaked out, and the kids can, because of that, the kids can feel it. Evil is what she determines. Evil is, this is a direct quote. She thinks evil is lurking about, which
Lurk.
I thought was
Lurk. Lurk. Sorry, I didn't mean to holler directly into the mic.
No, that's fucking.
Mm-hmm. It's the fucking keyword, dude. You gotta be looking for that in this book.
Fucking Anne was all like, that's a terrible name for it. But apparently not.
Everybody's using it.
They just refer to it that way.
You know how
accident.
fashion goes in cycles. This is just that with
It's
like
the word
names.
of the week.
Yeah. Oh, it's like Pee-wee.
What? Oh.
The special word. And then anytime someone says lurk, we all got to scream, or in our case, probably just take a drink of beer.
Yeah. Okay. Nora, she says a little prayer, and then she starts trembling and puts the logs on the fire. Even though it's like not that fucking cold, and so it's not needed. She was gonna just let the logs be as they were, because they didn't need any more, but she like suddenly feels this need for like more light and comfort.
It could be like, well,
Creeped out. You don't want like the dark, maybe, but I mean, if you have coals and it's a small house, I'm assuming it's actually not that dark in there.
so she got up and she put her boots on, right? And she's putting more stuff on the fire, even if it doesn't need it. It might signify, well, obviously, if she's got her boots on, she's planning on leaving.
Mm-hmm.
It may signify she's not going to be back right away. If she's like putting extra on so that it keeps burning longer.
That could be. It's not referred. I mean, the plan is to go out to the privy and back.
Yeah, she's just trying to find her husband, Julian.
Yes.
He must not have his glass in his hand. Yeah, I just had the same thought too. I want so badly to do the voice, but now that I'm overthinking about it, if I do it, it's going to be bad.
That's why what I did is what I did, and it's left on the table now. So after she does like add to the fire, she goes over, grabs a lamp, bends to kiss the kid's head. She's like, fucking go back to sleep. I'm just bringing Dad a light. It's fine.
It's fine. He probably lost his way, shitting. We're just going to go get him over there and bring him back here.
Then after she does it, this is not funny. But after she gives him I'm just going to give him a light. She stands by the door, trembling and sobbing. No, not sobbing. She almost cries.
Oh,
but she's doing a little prayer. And I gotta tell you, your kids know you're not chill.
That it's not okay. Yeah, well, I had thought that I missed the sobbing thing, and I was like, that paints a totally different picture. If mom's like, everything's fine, I'm going to go get Dad. Stops at the door, puts her head down, and just sobs for like 30 seconds, and then hard stop, and then walks out the door.
She almost cries.
Horrifying.
But she does stand there cursing Julian for making her go outside. And then as she goes out, the next line talks about how she hopes he's going to be out there to curse her foolish ways and hush her tears and come back. So she is like either on the brink of crying or crying at this point.
She woke up a little confused, not quite sure what time of day it was, rolled over. Hubby's not in bed. Don't like that. Look over at the kids. Kids look freaked out because she kind of looks freaked out. And now she just doesn't, all her comfortable shit was just a little, like everything in her whole house was moved 2 inches to the left.
Yeah.
And she just feels it. So she just wants to go find her person and be like, give me a hug, tell me it's fine, and then I'll be fine. But not until I get that.
Yeah.
And so right now, she's not okay.
No.
She's in panic mode.
Full panic.
Yeah, full panic
But
mode.
she's holding it down.
She's holding it down, but she's in the red. And it's just not a good idea to have a race car in the red.
You're not going to hide it from your kid. Like, she's doing her best. And you can't avoid this. And I'm not giving her shit for it. But the kids
Honestly,
definitely
no,
know what's going on.
props to that. Yeah, I think that's kind of the point. They know something is upsetting mom. She is holding her shit together better than I can say I've personally done sometimes. So props to her.
Yeah.
But also, from the other side of this, nothing's really that wrong.
Right.
It could be that he's just taking a leak.
Yeah.
And in 3 seconds, he's going to walk in the door.
You're all going to be standing there freaking out.
This
like
level of panic Nora is feeling feels like maybe too much.
Yeah, overreaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she does head out into the overcast night.
Naturally.
There's no moon. She goes out into the dark, which I would fucking hate.
Oh, yes, out into the dark and foggy night.
She knocks on the privy door. She begs him to answer and not fuck with her tonight. But she hears nothing.
It does say that, like, she didn't expect him to be there, so she wasn't, like, wholly disappointed.
She knew before she opened it that he wasn't going to be in
That
there.
he wasn't going to, but she still went there before anywhere else.
But because she hoped.
Because that's the easy answer, right? He's just taking a dump.
Yeah.
We're just going to go out there. He's going to be like, yeah, I'll be a minute.
Especially they just went to bed. If he's anywhere but just in the bathroom, unless he frequently, randomly, right after his family goes to bed, leaves the home to go do things.
Okay, so this is out of the ordinary because if he's not either inside the fucking house because it's nighttime and that's what you kind of do in this age, or he's in the outhouse.
Yeah.
If he is any further away than, say, the outhouse, then maybe he's further off the property than maybe you think he got, or like potentially has left the grounds entirely.
Yeah, well, and also just it's out of the ordinary, which makes it weird, which makes it scary.
If she's established that it was just bedtime, then we're all tucking in for bed. Like, fire is stoked. We got plenty of wood on there already established. Everybody's crawling in bed and tucking in for the night. So where the fuck did he go?
Yeah. Because you would think he would, if he's going anywhere that he would normally go, he would say something like, hey, you guys go to bed, I'm going to go do something. Or if he doesn't, maybe he's a fucking cheater.
He could be a cheater. This is nighttime, he's sneaking out.
Yeah.
Like, if you wake up in the morning and he's gone and it's a little like, oh, weird. You could think, well, maybe he's just at work or whatever he does. If it's a farm, he's out, he's doing choring. Gotta wake up, do choring. He's wake up whistling. Whistling Willie. No, his name's Julian. That doesn't work.
Yeah, the point is that he's not doing what he would normally do, and it's fucking weird, and it's scary. So you know what we should do before things get scarier?
What's that?
We're gonna go for a little beer break. We'll be back right after this. Hey Nate, what are we drinking today?
Today, we are drinking Strawberry Rhubarb IPA from Perrin Brewing Company. A staple, if you ask either one of us, I would say. The little blurb on the can says, the balance of sweet strawberries and tart rhubarb mix perfectly with a light hop bitterness for this easy drinking IPA. And I would agree entirely with that statement. Jade and I were recently at Perrin celebrating our son winning a blue medal and getting a 1 in his solo and ensemble. He went for the food, and Jade and I each had a beer while we were there. This beer, in fact. And we liked it so much, we brought it home. And it's an IPA, which I thought was super exciting because Jade was like, it's not shit. And actually, it tastes really fucking good.
Yeah, I got my sweet potato porter that I had the last time I was there.
Yeah,
which
you got
is great.
your fix. And the fries with
Yes.
the garlic aioli. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
My sweet potato fries with garlic aioli. And then I asked for a sample of this one because Nate was getting his blackberry IPA that he likes so much.
So good.
And then I tried it and it was amazing. It tastes like, it kind of reminds me of those strawberry cream wafer cookies. They're very good. It's very good. This is very good. I liked it a lot. It does not taste like an IPA.
No, it is sweet and tart, but it's not too tart, and it's definitely not too sweet. It's right in the pocket.
If you gave me this in a glass and asked me if it was an IPA, I would tell you no.
They did have a weird way of saying it was a fruited IPA. So maybe that is a subcategory that we need to look into a little bit more, because I'm not sure if that is something different. But on the can, it's just labeled IPA.
Yeah. I will say Perrin is the only place that I've ever had an IPA that tastes like fruit and not like, oh, tastes of citrus fucking IPA that actually doesn't taste like, it just tastes like the rind of an apple or something. Like, it's not good usually. They are the only ones that's actually gotten a fruit flavor in their IPA, and it overpowers that bullshit hops thing that I hate. I know other people like it, but I will recommend this to anyone, IPA drinker or non. Maybe if you're an IPA drinker, you don't like it, which is very sad for you, but happy for me because I'll drink more of it. I will give this 9 rhubarbs.
9 rhubarbs.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
Yep. I will drink this any day.
I am so happy that you gave it 9 rhubarbs because I also am giving it 9 rhubarbs.
It's great. It's real good.
I feel like it could be a little fruitier, but I'm a sweets guy. So, like, that's to be expected from most things that would label themselves an IPA.
It sort of reminds me of my Funky Berry, too.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it definitely got points for that.
Yeah.
Because anything with that real fruit flavor, that's a fucking win every day.
Aaron missed out by not being here and enjoying the first IPA that we've actually enjoyed in a very long time.
He did. We wanted to share this with him. And the irony is that we actually bought a case of this. And there is a real chance that by the time he gets back, it's going to be gone.
Snooze, you lose.
We'll save him too. We'll save him too. That's
Don't make
proper.
promises we might not keep. And so we will be right back with you guys, like literally in a hot second.
1 second, just
literally
one.
like 1 second.
Just like,
oh, hold on, right?
just like, wait a second.
Just like, see how fast that was? That was like crazy. So fast that wasn't even impressive what I just did.
No, I think you'd have to hold your breath at the other bit. That way you hold it through the whole ad break.
We'll try that next time.
Yeah,
we'll try that next time. I'll show. I am really good at it. You guys will see. Okay?
Or here.
Whatever. Okay.
Never mind.
And we're back. So, we're here with Nora. And Nora sometimes fucking knows things, okay? Julian thinks she's crazy, but she knew that he wasn't going to be in that fucking shed. She knew it before she even got up this morning. She felt it in her bones.
Ooh.
She only looked here because she fucking hoped that she wasn't going to see what she thinks she's going to see if she goes somewhere else.
What's that?
We don't know yet.
Oh. So she's left the house. Anticipation.
Yeah.
A little anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Really get into her head here. Feel what she's feeling, you know?
I mean, yeah, we kind of did this with the Caitlin having her shoes off and then stepping on the bugs situation. Yeah. right now, this lady, it's nighttime. Her husband is missing. She's outside. It's reasonably colder. If they got a fire going all night long, than it is in the house. So she's cold and scared.
Yeah.
Not a great place. Not a great place to start from, I guess is my point.
Yeah. So is everyone else here now. So let's go forth together. So she does end up just like standing there, and she looks back over at the house, and she can see that the logs have caught. The ones that she just put on, they're throwing great light. It looks super bright in there. I don't know how the kids are going to go to sleep, but it's going.
How is that not reason to turn around?
The idea here is that they consistently use this fire, right? She consistently puts that amount of logs on there probably. It gets hot, it burns, like you do when you put new logs on a fire.
Yeah.
But it chills out. It stays in the hearth and nothing happens. Typically. She's just noting that the log's caught. She doesn't think anything's weird about that, because even though it's really bright in there, that's how wood works.
I mean, yeah, but I guess my idea initially was that if it stays inside the fireplace or whatever, the hearth, it's not going to be any brighter in the room.
No, it will be.
I guess, yeah, from like a roaring fire to a small ember.
They had
but like
coals in there.
All the light will only be coming from the face of the fireplace. It's only going to be that 3 by whatever square.
Yes, but they had coals in there, and she put fresh logs on. So it went from being like a dimly lit room.
So we're going from coals to flame.
Yes.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry. But that's what it is. It's from coals to flame. So now there's fire in the room.
And I don't think this is a large room. So even if you have a TV-sized box throwing off light, it can light the whole room up. When you look at the neighbor's house, when they have their TV on in the middle of the night, you can tell that they have their fucking TV on and their lights off. I understand, like, it's a little weird, but she does note that she doesn't like leaving the babies when she feels like this. She feels uneasy. It doesn't make her feel good, but obviously it's not out of the ordinary for the log she put on the fire to light the house.
She was expecting to see that.
Right.
Yeah.
She's happy to see that because they actually lit.
Or as opposed to turning around and seeing the blue light that you just mentioned a second ago and be like, God damn it, I told them to turn it off. Or maybe they just have Wi-Fi in like the 1500s, 1600s. We never really established that, I don't think.
If you saw a blue or a purple light in your house at this point, I think you're like, oh, there's fucking witchcraft demon bullshit.
Magic for sure.
But some other type of magic, I don't know, something is pulling her down the path. She is walking down the path sobbing her fucking eyes out. She eventually gets to the lake, is relieved when she gets there because it's finally not fucking dead silent. There weren't bugs or birds or anything. The night has been creepy fucking quiet since she got out here.
You mean calming?
It's pitch black.
Serene peace you've ever experienced?
It's pitch black, and there should be bugs and birds and things like that around.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm just not understanding. That sounds wonderful to me.
But she likes the sound of the lake.
She likes bugs or whatever. Fine.
She likes the sound of the lake because it's not so quiet anymore. She was starting to feel fucking crazy. Like outside of her lamp, there was not world anymore.
Yeah, that's a spiral feeling.
Oh, I felt that before.
So she gets to the edge of the water. She hears the waves lapping up on the shore, and that kind of brings her back to reality a little bit.
She calms down. She starts chilling out. She's like, I'm being crazy. I'm being fucking nutty. This is going to be fine.
Maybe she was, but I 1000% have felt the feeling that she feels just listening to the water. I don't know if some of you have never stood on the shore of an ocean and just listened to the waves hit the beach for a little while. It is the most calming thing on planet Earth. I promise you.
Yeah. That's why we do waves on the sound machine. But her hope here is that she's going to see him fishing. He's going to be sitting on his little stump there with his fucking line, and he's going to be like, bitch, don't scare away the fish.
Yeah. Fuck you doing? He'd be like, wanted a snack. And she'd be like, all right, fine. I'm going to bed, dude.
Yeah. But he's not there.
No.
Stump is empty. Line is slack. I will say how wild unless this is something he does on a regular, like, hey guys, let's all go to bed. I'm going to go to bed with you. Nope, I'm going to go fishing secretly in the dark.
Yeah. Night fishing is a thing.
Now, I get that she's just grasping for straws here as well, and night fishing is a thing. But I do feel like she was definitely grasping at straws at that point, unless he regularly does that, because that seems wild.
Well, I don't know exactly what it is that they do. Do we know what they do?
They had to haul rocks all day.
They had to haul rocks all day. So I think
some type of farming or something like that.
Perfect. You're not doing that in the middle of the night. For no reason are you doing that in the middle of the night.
She explicitly says they did it all fucking day, and they were all beat to shit.
Yeah.
By the time they went to sleep.
They also only have one lantern. That's the other thing. Is she took the only lantern that they own.
That is a good point.
To go look for him at the outhouse and where they're at now. So wherever he went without a light.
In the dark.
With
no moon.
That she's in right now that's freaking her the fuck out with no sound. He went through that.
Creepy.
I mean, if he's even fucking out here, she didn't know. Did she check the other side of the house? I don't know. I'm being petty, but
she has a feeling.
She's got a feeling. Sometimes you just got to trust your gut.
So much so that she holds the lamp up above her head and walks out into the water.
Okay, that's a little excessive.
Yeah. But she goes out, and by the time she's up to her knees, she sees him.
Is it because... That's fucking terrible, by the way. I don't want to just blow past that. Discovering the dead body of your husband. Now, we don't necessarily know the dynamic of the relationship between these two people, but she was looking for this man for love and comfort. So I'm assuming they had a good relationship. And obviously, this is going to be devastating for her. What I was confused about during this scene is why she couldn't see him in the water until she had walked into the water. Is it foggy? And it was so dense that she literally couldn't have seen him until she got into the water? Or was she just not really thinking and was just subconsciously searching the water for the body of her husband, not thinking she's about to find a dead body, but he's just going to be in a weird dream sitting in the water, and he'll slowly turn his head and be like, hello, Dora, or whatever.
So
I don't know what she expected.
I think she expected what she got. And I think that she couldn't see him because it's pitch black and there's no moon. He's 20 feet out in the water. So her going out there, holding it above her head, and water is going to reflect the light a lot differently than the ground does. So she's going to be able to see a lot farther out in the water. Yeah,
you fucking nailed it. That's the thing that I missed the thing that I pointed out just 30 seconds ago. Totally my fault. It's dark.
Yeah.
She has a lantern.
Yeah.
She can only see so far.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
But she can see farther probably in the water than she could on the land.
Right. So she had to get a little farther in to see if maybe he was just a little ways offshore.
Yeah.
And
he was.
With
the water lapping at his head, at the back of his head, he's floating. She knows, and this is the worst part. It's hard. He's dead. That's sad. That's fucking tragic. But also, she can't get to him because he's so far out. It's going to be over her head. And she can't, it doesn't seem like she can actually swim.
Ooh, yeah, that's a problem.
And she would have to get him and herself back to shore.
Get a stick. Go back to the house and get a rope.
We know he's 20 feet out from the shore.
Okay.
And she went out
Big
far enough.
Stick.
And she went out far enough to get up to her knees. So it doesn't say how far that was. So depending on how fast that drop is.
Yeah. Are we talking Alabama River or are we talking Gulf of Mexico?
Yeah.
Where it's you can walk 150 feet offshore and you're still only ankle deep.
Yeah.
Or if it,
I'm assuming.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's probably like 5 feet.
Yeah.
Like, she probably can't go that far.
We also got to add in maybe not exactly, but like a lantern held above your head's about 8 feet. So you're getting maybe 12, 15 on the ground, something like that.
Yeah.
So it could very well be that she had to walk a good 10 feet. And that's down to her knees. So we're at a grade. You guys can't see this.
Yeah.
I don't know, like 30% or so. But by the time she got there, she'd be able to see a whole nother area beyond what she could have, keeping her feet dry.
Right.
So she's being fucking smart.
Right.
Is what we've discovered.
And
it's not crazy.
And it's going to drop off probably pretty quick for her to not be able to get her footing.
Yeah, probably couldn't get much farther than where she is. And look, you're not going to find a 20-foot branch just laying wherever. So
and listen, she's like, she feels numb. It doesn't seem possible. She has no fucking idea what to do. He is the one that figures this shit out.
Yeah.
He is her go-to. How would she doesn't know how she's going to get him to shore. Like even the stick thing her brain's not there yet, because usually in situations like this, she goes, "Hey, Julian." Like her brain isn't even to problem-solving place yet, because usually somebody else does that.
She's fighting back against her instinct right now, which is telling her to have Julian fix it. But Julian's in the water and can't fix it.
Right.
So what the fuck are we supposed to do?
Yeah. Right.
Oh my God.
How are they supposed to live? He does the hard stuff.
As the larger partner in our relationship, that line hit me.
Yeah,
when she was like,
too.
he does the stuff I can't do. But it's like, I'm the larger physical presence, but Jade is a lot of times the the kinder, more socially aware aspect of our relationship.
I would be totally lost. Like, I mean, even a couple weeks ago, I wasn't even able to drive myself to work for a couple days.
Yeah.
Due to the weather and my anxiety. And you step the fuck up and help me. And there's a lot of things I can't do by myself.
Text updates about the road conditions every morning before you left the house. Hell yeah.
Tell me when to take my Xanax.
Yeah.
It's real nice.
If you need a fucking jar open, I am your guy.
Yeah.
But if you have to write and CC an email to several people or are seeking general advice, Jade is the one you go to. Don't ask me. It's not going to be good.
But it's just like you had to, we had a incident with our washer just the other day. And so the basement kind of flooded. So we had to clean out a whole bunch of stuff. And we took the opportunity to reorganize a bit. And there were a lot of heavy things that with my back, like, even if I really want to, because sometimes I do really want to and I try, I can't. I physically am unable to. And so you moved all of those things. It's nice and comforting. And it's the inability to do some of those things because I know I can't do them is so frustrating, and I like probably isolating. Like I have you, so I don't know what that feels like. Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
But I can imagine that, because if you're not home, that's how I do feel. Like, I can do this. I feel super great and smart and strong, and I could do things. And then I fucking can't. I can't put my chair together at work because I can't put the screws in. It is so frustrating. But I appreciate you.
You could now. That was a learning moment.
I
you could slap one of them bad boys together.
I was doing it right. I needed your torque. You know what? I think I need to have another beer and get myself together. And so we'll be back in just a second. Hey guys, we're back. I've gotten my my emotions under control. I think Nate has too.
Nice and calm now.
We sobbed for a while. We're back. We're both alive. It's fine. Her husband died, not mine.
Yeah, everything's fine. Her husband just died, guys. Calm down.
It's fine.
Nothing to get excited about.
She just has to tell the kids that he took a really long shit and talk about it in the morning. So.
Your father. shit himself to death last night. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I thought he was fine out there. He wasn't. So as she's like trying to process all of that, a thump to the air spins her around. Sparks are coming out of the chimney of her home up on the hill, and she can see them from the lake.
That's not good.
I don't think so. I'm
No.
pretty sure sparks are not supposed to be going that high.
Nothing but smoke should ever come out of a chimney. Yeah. As a general rule of thumb.
I don't have one. Well, whatever.
No, we
I don't
have
know
one.
chimneys. Do we have something up on the roof that's like a vent?
Yeah, we have a vent, but if you picture like my parents' house,
Yeah, they have a chimney.
they have like a proper fucking fireplace and chimney, and then it's connected to the one downstairs.
I just know that like fire, okay, has sparks, and sparks go up.
Yeah, but there's like a flue above the actual where you put the wood in, you see, and it allows air to get out, but that in general should keep any sparks contained. Because you don't want sparks like flying out your chimney and then landing back on your house. That would be very dangerous.
Are we going under the assumption that fireplaces in this time period and like here have flues?
Ooh. Well, what was the exact wording around what she did with the fire? She just put logs on the fire?
Mm-hmm.
On the what?
On the coals?
So
the hearth?
Okay, so that might be more of an open fire in the like just the side of the room. There's a technical difference, and I don't know what the difference between that and like a fireplace is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because they
if
do
this
have a
is
chimney,
older,
though.
it could be like teepees and stuff, but they had fire in there
Yeah.
and they could do it safely because of technology.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but there's got to be a way to prevent the after effects of burning something. Like you want to keep the heat. A lot of times you want to keep the light, but like the smoke you want out.
Yeah.
The sparks, you don't want them just landing randomly on your house because that could burn your shit down.
Yeah.
But if there's like fire and sparks coming out, there's a big fucking
There's
problem.
a problem.
Yeah.
It's creepy. She doesn't like it. And there was a thump. I think the thump is what lets you know that something happened.
Like concussive.
Yeah.
I thought explosion.
Yeah. A thump to the air. She stands there shocked for a minute, and then she hears an awful, brutal scream rip through the night.
It's not her husband.
No, she immediately knows who it is, though. It's Bruce.
The little one.
Yeah. Her
That's
boy.
terrible.
And suddenly, as soon as she registers what that is, her screams are matching his, because they would.
Yeah, this is Good Kind has a really cool way of like having a character react, and then she was running. Like the next thing she knew, she was running. You don't see the character take off at all. Like you don't see her start screaming, but then she just realizes that holy shit, I'm screaming too.
Yeah, she doesn't register it because it's just an automatic thing.
Oh, you got me right in the fucking feels, man.
Yeah, and also just the line that her babies are in the house with evil. Like, she was already feeling uneasy. She didn't feel good about leaving them. And then at this moment, she realizes that she should not have left them.
Yeah.
To come here and see what was happening.
I mean, yes and no. Like, yes, in a way, but there's no way you could have fucking known. I was listening to a true crime podcast today where somebody left their kid alone for like 20 fucking minutes in a regular rotation with other adults. And in just like that little tiny time frame, boom, their kid was gone. And it happened so fast. But like, I don't know.
Yeah,
your husband's missing. Yeah, you're going to go look for him. There's nobody else around. I feel like that's a logical thing to do.
It is. And I'm not blaming her for doing it. But in this moment, she knows that her uneasy feeling, like, she knew that he wasn't in the privy before she left.
Yeah.
She knew something was wrong. She needed to go out and confirm it. Okay, I'm not giving her shit about that. But she knew something was wrong and she felt weird. And she felt weird about leaving the babies. And this is why.
Because it was all wrong.
There was something fucked up there. And she had left them to it. That's what you're as a parent, it was your job to take care of those kids before finding your fucking husband.
Yeah.
You know? Protect the kids. Make them come with you if you're going to go out into the night.
Well, that's why she put the log on.
I know, and I'm not blaming her. She's not a bad mom, but I'm just saying how you feel as the parent to the children who are screaming in the house has sparks coming out of it.
Oh, yeah. I don't feel like you're really thinking much about anything. You're just reacting. Those are my babies. I need to get there and get them safe as fast as possible.
Yeah. She turns feral. She's just screaming, clawing her way back to them as you would. She can't hear Bethany at all, just Bruce. And in her hurry to get back to them, she falls, smashes her face all fucking up. Blood, tears, everything. She's a fucking mess. Which, not surprising.
It's not funny, but this chapter doesn't get any more lightheartier. And so here in a minute, she's going to scare the shit out of her child. And it's not funny. It's not funny then, and I don't want to laugh about it when it happens. But she looks like she left confused looking.
Yeah.
She's going to return now, bloody and screaming.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's the kid has been through some shit tonight.
Yeah, they all have. Like, this chapter started with her cozy in bed, and now look.
Should just fucking stayed there.
Just stayed in bed.
She flies into the house. Bruce is like against the fucking wall, plastered there.
Mortified.
He's in terror. Yeah. He sees her come in. He goes to run to her. And then he sees her fucking face. And he's like, nope. And goes right back to the wall.
Yeah.
Not safe.
You're waiting for the adult to show up. And then they do. And then it's just like you said. Everything is off. Yeah. Nothing is quite right. So, like, yeah, mom's here, but also, fuck, mom's hurt and upset and
mom looks like a zombie.
Yeah, looks scarier than the other thing we're dealing with.
Yeah.
And that's just got to be terrifying. Like, both of them felt so helpless in the same moment, but like they can and can't help each other at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, she does. She assures him it's mama. And he immediately, what she says that is like, cool.
Magic words.
Jumps on her.
Yeah.
It's great. Not great. But she looks around. She cannot see her daughter anywhere. So she's like, where the fuck is she? Bruce just points at the hearth. Hearth? I don't know. It's probably an American versus British thing is what I'm thinking.
Could be. I think it's hearth.
Okay, I'll go with that. So as soon as she looks at the hearth, she starts screaming along with Bruce. Bethany is standing in the hearth. How many? I've not.
I don't know. Maybe go back. Maybe go hearth now.
I've never in my life said that word as much as I've said it during this chapter.
I know. And I, for the life of me, can't figure out with the thing that we're reading right now, why we're so hung up on if it's hearth or hearth.
It's ridiculous.
Well, there is a daughter burning right now.
Because it's easier to focus on that.
That's true.
So, yes, she is standing there with her arms outstretched, engulfed in flames, like she's standing in the heat of a summer day, and the smell of burning flesh overtakes Nora, but she cannot look away because it just doesn't seem real.
Well, okay. Never seen burning at the stake, right? But when they burn people that way, they can't move. If this is a child in a hearth, just trying it out. I gotta imagine there's not a ton of room in there, but if she's standing with her arms, maybe it's fucking big. I don't know. That's besides the point. The point is you're burning and you are quiet and still and not reacting at all. And it seems like you're floating, maybe. I don't know what the deal is there, but like you're not behaving in the way that somebody on fire would be behaving.
She's acting like a weird demon child.
Yeah.
That's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, this is the panic shot in the movie where they get up close and you're like, holy shit, she's on fire.
Yeah.
But she's not like flapping around and trying to be not on fire. She's just perfectly still and letting that happen.
Accepting this, wanting it to happen.
Oh.
Yes. Nora lunges for the fire at first because, anytime anything precious flies into a fire, you're immediately like, gotta grab that.
Yeah, I'll go quick. I'll get a little burned. It'll be fine.
Yeah, especially if it's your fucking kid.
Yeah.
But some small scrap of sense tells her that it's too fucking late, and her and Bruce just need to get out. At this point, Bethany's fingertips are gone. Her face is nothing but whirls of flame, and she suddenly starts to scream. Like, it's almost like she was in a trance before this, but the fire has, like, finally gotten to her soul, and it's burning. She screams until she collapses. The fire consumes her, and once the fire has consumed her, sparks start to move into the room. Like, they've finished what they needed to do there, and they're coming after Nora and Bruce now, it seems.
They're going to burn them. They're going to burn the rest of the fucking house down.
Yeah. It starts licking Nora's wet dress, though, is what really, like, freaks her out. It seems like the only reason she's not on fire is because she was wet.
She's wet.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So she grabs Bruce, runs the fuck away, and just leaves that home where evil took what was left of her daughter there.
Jade, I can't stress the amount of holy fuck that I encountered when reading this chapter today.
Yeah.
Like I said, I remembered this one. I didn't know where it fit in the whole thing, but man, just wow.
It's definitely the chimes, obviously. You got the water and the fire. We don't have the air quite yet.
Yeah, air didn't happen, but lurk came up.
It did.
So we got lurk and fire and water in one fucking chapter.
Yeah. So, as of right now, the only point of this chapter is just to show us that elsewhere in the world, outside of our important people, this is happening.
Other shit's going on.
Yeah. To just regular people, they are just dying because of this. There's obvious, like, and you could see throughout the whole chapter that there was a need for obviously, there was a need for Julian to leave. He left without the lantern, like you said. He walked all the way to the lake in the dark.
Yeah, with no light.
With no light.
For no real like what, he wasn't seen with anything out there. He was just out there. So he literally just like fucking
Juno.
Juno. I was like, that's a different, that's a different teenager thing. But yeah, it's just like Junie, just in the water.
Yeah.
No sign of a struggle necessarily.
Yeah.
Just in there. So it's weird.
All three of them woke up at the same time. She felt the need to start the fire. Like, all of this shit.
You know, I think what my wizard note is, not really a prophecy at all. Fucking Goodkind should have written some horror. I feel like he legitimately would have been really good at it.
Yeah, there are some definite creepy things that he pulls out. I don't know that I would want to read a whole book of his creepy stuff, though, because it would creep me out.
It would. Well, that's kind of what you want in a horror book, though.
I don't really read horror books, I guess. Yeah, I think that's probably a good wizard note to leave it on. I don't think we have very many. This doesn't really give us prophecies except for other people are going to die.
Yeah, it just kind of widens the world a little bit, but we don't really infer anything story-wise.
Right.
Other than this is fucking terrible. Why did I read this? The chimes are bad, but other than that,
if we ever are in a home or a place where the shitter's outside, you better hold it till morning, motherfucker. Because I don't want to have to go out there in the middle of the pitch dark and knock on a privy door and have to wonder if you're inside of it.
Yeah, new house rule. No one shits after dark.
Yeah. If you have to, you find a bucket and we'll figure it out in the morning. I'm not going to, no. That's really terrible. But you know what? I'm not searching for you in the dark to find you in a lake.
I mean, yeah, ideally, I'm not going to end up in a fucking lake.
Ideally, but you don't know. Julian didn't expect it. So I'm just saying, no pooping after dark outside the house.
Oh, well, okay, that's not going to be a problem. Both of our toilets conveniently located inside the house. Yeah.
Wonderful. So from now on, we only stay in places that have toilets inside where we're staying. So camping is out unless we get a camper.
Challenge accepted.
Actually, just kidding.
Nope,
what
you
happens
said it. You all heard her say it.
Is that you have to walk with me. If you want to poop, you have to tell me you want to poop, and we walk together. That's actually also creepy because I have to stand outside the toilet while you poop. Anyways, we'll talk about this later. That's our truth. And we would love to hear yours. Write to us in your journey books to podcastatt@gmail.com or find us on any of our social medias.
Glug, 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 glug.
If you would like to support this podcast and hear some more super uplifting content, find us over on patreon.com/podcastatt, where every tier is a happy tier. None of this bullshit sad tears like you just heard here. They're all fucking happy. And if you have a sad tier, tell me, and I will beat up whoever made that tier happen for you. That's all for us, friends. Thank you all for listening.
Bye.